Hello friends, this is Yana Smakula. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to share a look at the new April Club kits from Spellbinders. I'm filming this a little bit in advance. I'm actually filming this in March, at the end of March, because I will be moving soon. So I kind of need to plan things ahead, do some videos in advance because I will need to pack my craft room and move into a new apartment. Yesterday, like I said, I am filming this in advance. So yesterday, Spellbinders had their second Club Along live video on their channel. It was fantastic. We had some audio issues, but for the most part, the Club Along went really great. And during that Club Along, there was a sneak peek shared of the April Club. So I am going to start with that sneak peek because I really like that product and I kind of feel like it might be my favorite. So this is the sneak peek that was shared in the Club Along, and this is the 3D embossing folder for April. Look at that. It is needles and thread, and this folder is called One Stitch at a Time. As always, it is a large folder, so it is 5.5 by 8.5 inches so that you can create, larger backgrounds for your cards. I had to zoom out a little bit because my folder was not fitting in the video frame. So you can use the folder to create an A2 background like I have here, or even a larger background, whichever card size you like to do. Here is a card, a 5x7 card that I did using this folder, and I embossed the Spellbinders Barely Peach cardstock using it, and I just love it. It is perfect for all of those stitching projects. So as you might have guessed, the theme for April is stitching. We had the reading theme for March. There was the Easter and spring theme for February. I don't remember what the theme was for January, but what I'm trying to say is Spellbinders is now doing these themes, and I think that they're really great and really awesome. So again, this is the 3D embossing folder. Next, because I've already started to talk about the embossing folders, I am going to show you the 2D embossing folder, and this one is a little bit simpler. It's a little bit different. So this one is called Faux Stitched Petal. I do have a card here where I embossed this on the Spellbinders yellow. I don't remember, I think this was saffron. And then I used white pigment ink pad and I went over the embossing to highlight the raised areas a little bit. You can watch the process for this card and all of these cards on the Spellbinders YouTube channel because I do videos for the Spellbinders clubs. Not all of them, but some of them. So this is the 2D embossing folder, and this card also features the stitching die for April, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, I actually remember that I have one more card. It's this one where I use the 3D embossing folder. So let me bring these two cards side by side. So this one is using also the Better Press. I'll talk about that too. And this one features the large die. So you can see how this beautiful background, how this folder can be used to create beautiful backgrounds for your cards. I kind of like this background better because it's a little bit darker, but then, you guys know me. I love my dark backgrounds. Things need to be dark for me. I don't know why. It's just the way I am. Okay, so let me set the embossing folders aside and we will start talking about the dies. Here is my large magnetic sheet. Like I mentioned, I have switched to a new storage system for my Spellbinders clubs, and I'm really loving it. It's very convenient. Let me show you in case you haven't seen it before. So here I have a pouch or a plastic sleeve with my February clubs. This is by Simon Says Stamp. These come in different colors. You can get, all different colors. You can get all the same colors, whichever you like best, or use a different pouch or sleeve. I really like these because they're nice and durable, plus I can fit a ton in here. So I have two of these large magnetic sheets adhered onto a chipboard, so that is a sturdy magnet. Then I have my two embossing folders, I have stencils, I have the clear stamp, I have the cards that I started to make or haven't finished, so like extra die cuts and whatnot. So a ton can be stored here, and then I just put a little label up front so that I can easily find the month that I'm looking for. In the past, I used to store my Spellbinders Club products differently. I would separate them and just, you know, store my small die with small dies, or like whatever the theme was. Store my embossing folders with the embossing folders. Now that Spellbinders has themes for the clubs, I feel like it makes sense to store all of the clubs for a particular month together because they coordinate so well and go so well together. So the small die of the month is this beautiful stitching one, and it is called, I'm trying to find the name, Faux Stitch Sentiments and Floss. So first of all, we have these dies to create floss. I have floss created for this card. None of it is full because I cropped it to make a background for this card. Again, you can watch the video for this project on the Spellbinders YouTube channel. But here I die cut the pieces to show you what it looks like. So we have this long piece. This is basically the backer or the shadow. And then we have these pieces that you just layer on top to create your thread. See how easy that is? And then these two pieces, they create the label for your floss. So again, super duper easy. I cut this from brushed gold and then cut this yellow from the same yellow. See? Super easy. And here's the actual floss, the real floss that I have in my stash. Looks pretty realistic, doesn't it? So you can die cut this from whatever colors of cardstock. You know, you can have a rainbow, you can have monochromatic floss, or you can do ink blending to have like variegated floss for your card, whatever your heart wants. And here, by the way, I did my floss slightly differently. So I didn't die cut the backer from colored cardstock. I cut it from vellum, and that I kind of like that a little bit better than having the colored cardstock backer, but both options look great. I feel like they both look great. I have already seen some awesome examples where there is colored cardstock used. So, you know, it's just a matter of preference. Do whatever you like. You might want to use like darker color for this piece and then lighter color for that piece, or use the same colors. Sky is the limit for this die. And then in addition to the floss, we also have the faux stitched word die. So here, this one says happy. I kind of covered it by some additional die cuts a little bit. And then there is thanks, hello, and then for you. And what's awesome about these is that they sort of coordinate with the stamp of the month. So here is a look at the stamp of the month. This is called Happy Stitching. And here you have that same happy. If I layer it over, you can see that it's exactly the same size. So you have happy high. We don't have the high as a die, just the happy. And then we have other sentiments that kind of go well together with the happy. So like happy birthday, or hi, take it one stitch at a time, or happy wishes, or happy thoughts, or from me to you, thinking of you with each stitch. You are in my life. Thanks for all you do. Sending happy thoughts, or sending happy birthday wishes. Then there's this beautiful handmade. There's this other sentiment that says stitched just for you. And then there's this one that says you make me so happy, and we are friends. Or like happy we are friends. And then there's this cute little stitched heart. There are dies to cut this out. So I'm jumping all over the place, and I hope you will excuse that. So here, let's go back to this card. Here I used the small die of the month. I used the happy die, and then I added you make me so happy from the stamp set to complete this card. I started to talk about the clear stamp, and now I want to finish talking about it. So the clear stamp, you can get just the clear stamp alone, or if you want, there is a clear stamp and a coordinating die club. So you can get that. The clear stamp and the coordinating die, the dies, well, the designs vary every month, obviously, but the goal for Spellbinders is to have a coordinating die for every sentiment, so you can easily cut it out. So let's see, we have this, we have our little heart, we have a die for this, we have a die for high, and then we have a die for the thinking of you with each stitch, and take it one stitch at a time. Obviously, we don't have the coordinating dies for the one-line sentiments because these are so easy to die cut. You know, you can just grab a little banner die from your stash. Here I have all of my banner dies organized in one magnetic sheet. So you just grab a banner die, see which one matches, which one works best, and use that to cut that out. So that is the clear stamp and the coordinating die for April. Let's go back to the card and take a look at these beautiful flowers. So the flower here, the leaves, and also these little florals were all created using the April stitching die of the month, and that is called Stitched Wall Hanging. So this card shows this a lot better. So it's this die over here. So here we have the oval dies to create this wall hanging or this stitching hoop. We also have this like little topper piece that you can use to hang your wall hanging. There's even a cute little tag, super tiny, but it's just so small. And it says hi. Then there are word dies to die cut for you. And then of course you have the actual stitching elements, the flowers. So the stitching hoop itself is not stitchable. The leaves, at least these leaves, are not stitchable. There is one stitchable leaf. It's this one. I have stitched it using purple thread. And then of course you have the flowers. So you have two size flowers, a larger and a smaller one. And then you have these circular flowers, which I used for the cabbage roses, or you can just add them over these flowers if you want to layer things. And then I particularly liked these little die cuts because they're just so cute, you know, cute little branches, and you can add those branches onto just about anything, like I did here on this You Make Me So Happy card. So small die, stitching die. Now let's take a look at the large die, because large die is also fantastic. I love my large die. So this is the large die. Let me grab my card with the large die. So the large die itself is pretty large. Let's measure. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, even a little bit more than 5.5 inches. So you can technically use this to create a shaped card that would fit in, hopefully would fit in an A2 envelope. I did some die cutting because, you know, I was experimenting with this die, and I die cut it from colored cardstock. This is the Spellbinders Glacier. By the way, let's go ahead and try and see if this would fit into an envelope or not. So here's an A2 envelope, and here is this jar, and it does fit. So, you know, if you wanted to make a simple jar-shaped card for an A2 envelope, you could. Yeah, totally could. So back to what I was saying. I tried cutting this from colored cardstock. It looks great, but I also cut this from clear acetate. Acetate is usually tricky to die cut. It doesn't cut super well. So on these detailed sections right here, I kind of had to use my scissors to like go around to finish the cut, but this is covered by the lid and then by the pincushion, so it's not really visible. So you can totally use acetate or vellum, you know, if you wanted to have like a frosted glass kind of look. And then you just die cut this from metallic cardstock, and then the pincushion can be cut from colored cardstock or pattern paper. You know, pattern paper would look really cute here. So this die set includes a bunch of fantastic little dies. So first of all, we have this thread holder and a die to cut the thread from, you can cut that from different colors of cardstock, or, you know, you can cut it from white and just do ink blending in one color, or ink blending in different colors if you wanted to do ombre thread or variegated thread. Lots of options. I kind of like these cut, you know, from craft. I think this is Spellbinders Dune, and then from white. They both look really great. Another thing that I wanted to mention, you can actually use this, maybe die cut several so you can stack several pieces. So use this to create decorative spools for your thread. Here I have one that I created a long time ago, and I've shared this many times on my YouTube channel, using an older stamp set from Spellbinders. So not a stamp set and die set. So this is the clear stamp and die of the month for May 2022. This is no longer available, but there is a very similar mini stamp set with the die that cuts this shape out and creates this shape. So if you have that, great. If not, and if you're looking to add color, you know, or spice up your thread storage, you can use this and just like wrap your thread around it to have like a cool thread storage for your thread. So I wanted to make sure to mention that because this is like super cute. I had one more, I pulled out one more to show you and I just cannot find it. Here it is. So I have one, I have some cut from white cardstock in these. This is like, well, this is just 2 layers thick. And then this one is from colored cardstock because the colored cardstock matches the color of the thread. And Spellbinders has that on their website. They have some thread packs where the color of the thread matches to the color of the Spellbinders cardstock, which is genius because you can then do your tone-on-tone stitching and it looks really beautiful. So here, this is 3 layers thick. So I feel like 3 layers thick is better than 2 because this is, you know, this is a little bit flimsy. So definitely not 1 layer. Okay, back to the large die of the month. Many cute components. Next, we have dies to create cute little scissors. Look at that. I mean, they're so adorable. They look pretty real to me, you know, you can cut this all from metallic cardstock or cut this part from colored cardstock to have colored handles, and then this from metallic, either gold or rose gold or silver, you know, whatever color you want. And you have yourself cute little scissors. Then check this out, the safety pins. They look so realistic. I can't. And then there's even a needle and thread. So you can thread this through your needle and add that onto the card. It's just so stinking cute. Love it. And so there's also this pin and even a thimble. Look at that. I cut mine from gold, mere gold cardstock, because I just had to, you know, I just had to. And then there's even a die to die cut buttons. I cut mine from different colors of cardstock and they just look super duper cute. So here is my card. I stuffed a bunch of stuff into that jar. You know, I added some sequins too, because there's not a die for sequins. The sequins, I used actual sequins from Spellbinders. It's these, it's the Aura sequins. They are my favorite because they go really well with just about anything. You know, they pick up the color of the project really well. So here I have those same sequins, but on a different colored project. And you can see how well they kind of, you know, blend with the color of the background. What I wanted to mention is the jar. It is a stitching jar, but it doesn't, you don't have to fill it with, you know, with the stitching pieces. You can cut the top off and you can fill it with fruit, you know, like pickled fruit or pickled vegetables, or use it as a container for flowers. For example, if you want to make, well, a bigger card, it would make a bigger card. You can just add like stems of flowers into the jar, maybe, you know, crop it a little bit so it's not so super tall. Maybe add some daffodils, you know, or something like that. So a jar is just a container and you can fill it with a bunch of other things. Okay, so that is the large die of the month. Let's also look at the other clubs this month. Let me put this away. So then we have the Glimmer of the month. I don't have a project for Glimmer. I didn't use it. So the Glimmer this month is a bunch of these cute little, strips. So these are individual strips. And they kind of look like stitches to me, so you can mimic the stitching using Glimmer. Just foil these, like add maybe a foiled border at the bottom or like onto the side to your card. Foil this in, whatever color foil you want. And then we have sentiments and a die, like a wavy banner die to cut the sentiments out. And then the sentiments, of course, are of the stitching theme. So you have happy stitching. This one is Sue Thankful, stitched with love. And then this one is You Are Sue Amazing, or So Amazing. I never know how to pronounce that correctly. Let me put this away. See, I work with prototypes, so I have little notes taped to my piece. So disregard that. Okay, so that is the Glimmer. And then another favorite this month is the Better Press. So this is the Better Press for April. And the Better Press for April actually includes a little registration plate. It is just so clever. If you don't know what Better Press registration is, that is Better Press registration sets are sets where you can do Better Press in multiple colors. So you can have one piece that is done in multiple colors to give you more versatility, more options, so you can be more creative and all that. So Better Press registration sets always come with a template. Template is printed onto acetate, but you can also download a template on the Spellbinders website and print it onto paper. So in case you lose this. So the Better Press for April is fantastic because look at this. Again, we have this cute little spool. And remember when I said that you can use it to create, a spool to hold your thread? You can totally use this. Maybe just the die if you don't want to do the whole better pressing and whatnot. If you just want to speed the process, just use the die cut the little spool for your thread and create like beautiful decorative spools. Here is one where, well, it's actually the same one that you see on my card here. So what I did is I combined foiling, because remember, you can foil with your Better Press plates and then you can also press with them. With Glimmer plates, you can only Glimmer, you cannot Better Press with the Glimmer plates. So just something to remember. So here I used the Better Press plate to foil the outline, and then I used the thread plate with ink to press the ink using my Better Press inks. And I love it. It just looks so beautiful. And then of course you have like the little slit here so you can secure your thread in place. There's also a plate and a coordinating die to create scissors. Here I have one example done using ink and then another example done using foil. Both look fantastic. We also have a thimble, of course, and I have a thimble here foiled in gold. You can press it in ink if you want, but I really wanted to foil this one. And then of course there are sentiments, and I have the sentiments pressed here. So we have best stitches on your birthday. Now these sentiments, these go on a straight line. These have a little bit of a curve, a little bit of a wavy line to them. So yeah, there's similar sentiments, but just that these are straight and these from the Glimmer, these are wavy. So best stitches on your birthday, sending stitchy hugs, and stitched just for you. So that is the Better Press of the month. And I feel like I showed you almost everything, but I did not show you stencils and I did not show you the wax seal. I will start with the wax seal because it is the cutest ever. So here it is. Now, remember, I receive prototypes. So when you receive your products, they are going to look different. You are going to have a handle for your wax seal. I'm sent prototypes, so I do not receive handles, but you will receive your wax seal like this, and check it out. Do you see how beautiful that is? It is a little stitched heart with a little needle and some thread, and it is encased in a beautiful circular frame. I can't wait to use this. I haven't used it yet. I haven't used it on my cards, but I can imagine this being used a lot. And then this is the color of wax beads. Again, you will receive a full pack. I'm just getting a little sample, and I really like the color of these. You know, it's like muted denim or something. So really, really beautiful. So that is the wax seal, and we just have the stencil to look at, and let's see if I can find it. Okay, and I went to look for my stencil and I realized that I did not receive a stencil this month because it was still being revised. So I don't have it to show you, but I will include a photo here for you so you can see what the design is for this month. So that's a look at the Spellbinders Club kits for April. Oh, no, it's not. I do have one more thing that I wanted to show you. So if you are interested in individual clubs, if you're interested in getting just one club, I believe I have showed you everything. But if you like all of the clubs and if you want to save, you can join the Deluxe Caboodle Value membership from Spellbinders. That caboodle includes everything, all 10 clubs in one nice little package. And if you join the caboodle, you also get a free gift each month. And the gift for this month is a set of stitching sentiments. So we have, so this is a die, and we have one banner die and then 3 sentiment inserts. I did cut them to show you. Let me find them. Here we go. So this is the banner if you just want to cut the banner without the sentiments. And then these are the sentiments. So we have handmade for you, we have stitched with love, and then we have so many things. And these, you know, these are the perfect size to go on your card. So I could totally easily add this, like so many things instead of that a foiled sentiment. Or I could do this one, like stitched, or not stitched, maybe handmade for you over this jar. So that looks really cool. So this is the free gift for the month of April if you subscribe to the value membership to the Deluxe Caboodle. This is not available separately. I know many people ask and many people want to buy the free gift element separately. That is not available separately. It is only available if you are a member of the Deluxe Caboodle. Now, I also wanted to mention a few perks for the Spellbinders Club members. So if you are a club member, there are benefits, there are bonuses, you know, to being a member. First of all, you get a discount on all Spellbinders products. I believe that excludes clearance. You also receive a free member gift at the end of the year. So that's awesome. The member gift last year was the Spellbinders apron. I have mine and I love it. It is fantastic. If you are a club member, you also get early access to new releases and new arrivals. And I feel like that is the best bonus. Like that is the best perk of being a club member. So Spellbinders has new releases on the 10th of the month. They're available to everybody. But if you're a club member, you get access to new releases on the 6th of the month. So you can order the new releases early. If there's something that you like, you get first dibs on all new products. So that's it from me for today. I feel like this is a long enough video already. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today. I appreciate it. I always love it when you stop by, watch my videos, leave me a comment. I read every single of your comments. I try to respond to every single comment. So yeah, thanks so much for spending time with me today. If you have a question, don't hesitate to ask. You know, I will do my best to answer it, and love you guys, and I'll see you next time.